This is the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K, and it has completely changed the way that we shoot videos here at Sweetwater. Let's go ahead and talk about it. My name's Fernando. I'm part of the video team here at Sweetwater, which is a group of 12 very talented human beings who have produced this enormous library of content that you see here on our YouTube channel. We've created all sorts of videos here, from product overviews, interviews, rig tours, live performances, music videos, and even documentaries. Since 2022, we've been slowly transitioning over to the Blackmagic ecosystem, from the cameras that we shoot with to the software that we edit with. We figured it was about time we give you guys a little sneak peek behind the curtain, and more specifically, a look at the cameras that we use and why we love them so much. Let's quickly go over the line of Blackmagic cameras. First, we have the Ursa Cinema camera line. Your creme de la creme when it comes to Blackmagic, with the Ursa Mini Pro 4.6K G2 and the Ursa Mini Pro 12K. Next, we have a couple of broadcast cameras. First, the Blackmagic Ursa Broadcast G2, which is like the Ursa camera but in broadcast format. Then we have the Blackmagic Studio Camera 4K Pro G2, and finally the Studio Camera 6K Pro, just like the counterpart pocket cameras, but in broadcast format. And lastly, we have the Pocket Cinema camera line, which consists of the Pocket Cinema Camera 4K and the Pocket Cinema Camera 6K. The 6K is actually our go-to when it comes to our run and gun travel shoots, and it's actually the footage that you're looking at right now for this video. Now there's a lot more specs to list off, but if you want the entire list of specs, go ahead and head over to sweetwater.com to check it out for yourself. Now, I personally had a lot of time with this Pocket 6K here at Sweetwater, and it's actually changed my mind on how I view cinema cameras. Before working here, I thought that cinema cameras were just out of reach and unaffordable. But I learned quickly that you don't have to break the bank to get the stunning 6K quality that this camera right here provides. Now, one of the things I really love about this camera is the display. Coming in at 5 inches 1080p, you have yourself a beautiful touch display that really helps with monitoring your focus. Along with that, we also have false colors, which is huge for a camera at this price range. Another one of my favorite features on the 6K is the dual native ISO at 400 and 3200, which offer way more flexibility when it comes to lighting situations. There's plenty of reasons why I love Blackmagic, but I don't want you to hear it just from me. I've asked the rest of my team to go ahead and share their thoughts on shooting with Blackmagic, and I've even asked the editors to go ahead and give us their thoughts on editing some 6K footage and editing with Resolve. Go ahead and see for yourself.
We decided to switch to Blackmagic because it would help us in our workflow of being this small team that produces so much content. These cameras are so versatile and can create such a great look so easily. You can really kind of run and gun with these things and get some great footage out of them.
We started experimenting with Blackmagic cameras for quite a variety of different projects, from a music video we did with Elise Tro, capturing products like you see right here, where we have 360s happening. When we first started thinking about switching camera systems, we went out and looked at a lot of footage from a lot of different cameras, and we kept coming back to Blackmagic's color science. It's fantastic. Gen 5 is accurate. It's really important that we're providing an accurate representation of what it is we're selling, so that our customers know exactly what they're going to get.
I've always enjoyed the visual quality that Blackmagic has offered. Sometimes we don't know exactly where we're going to be when we're doing pre-production, and the one thing that I am never uncertain of is that the quality of whatever we end up shooting is going to be great, and that is because of the Blackmagic cameras.
We're taking full advantage of the Ursa 12K sensor by capturing a lot of what we do in either 8 or 12K. It's sharp, it's clear. You can shoot something like this in 360 and turn it into essentially a kind of fake 3D model. You can manipulate that in post to where you can essentially make a whole ad for a product or a collection of products with just one shot. We're shooting a lot of technical stuff at high resolution here for a very specific use case, and the 12K Pro is perfect for that. For a musician in their bedroom who wants to capture themselves playing guitar or a song they wrote, the Pocket 6K is fantastic, and in both cases, you're not sacrificing anything. You're getting incredible image quality, dynamic range, all these elements that make the image feel professional and clean and cinematic. These cameras really perform like they're at a much higher price point than they are. Blackmagic makes some fantastic cameras.
An opportunity came up for us to do something that was new to Sweetwater creatively, and that was to shoot a music video with Elise Tro. We were upping our production to a level that we hadn't at this point at Sweetwater. And so we used the Blackmagic Ursa 12K. So after Elise Tro, we were sold on Blackmagic. And we wanted to have the ability to offer this to our customers that were also out there in the world creating content.
We started by using the Pocket 6K as our run and gun workhorse, taking it to different concerts and interviewing artists, going to all these different places. And it's awesome for that, but it's also super easy to use, which means that we can put this camera in the hands of people like our content creators that know a lot about music instruments, but don't necessarily know as much as we do about operating a camera. But thanks to these cameras being so easy, they're able to kind of get set up and going.
The footage captured is so much easier to work with, in my opinion. The depth and range of work that you can do with the color especially is really great.
Working with raw files has been very nice because in post you can switch the white balance to be more accurate to what you're trying to portray in the final product of the film.
The skin tones just make so much sense. The shadows make so much sense. The Blackmagic footage, it's basically a cheat code. Anything can look cinematic with that kind of footage. I'm a huge fan of it, and I can't wait to go forward with the rest of our videos adapting to that look.
Right out of the camera, it already looks so incredible and cinematic without even putting in that much effort.
Having 6K as an option is really, really useful because when you're going into the details of a product and you need to zoom in, it's really, really easy to zoom in and actually still get the details compared to the 4K, where you'd start to lose the quality of the footage as you zoomed in. And now we have the option to go even further with 6K.
We do a lot of overhead shots in our videos, mostly for mixers, synthesizers, and keyboards. And now we have the ability to zoom up upwards of 350%, and we barely lose any resolution, so you can read the words on the keyboards and such without losing any of the quality.
Another thing we were looking for in a lineup of cameras to switch to was something that really functioned well across different kinds of projects. Whether it's shooting products, which is a really technical and accurate need, or shooting something creative, like music videos or live performance videos. We have such a wide range of things we do here at Sweetwater that it just made sense for us to switch to Blackmagic, given how well their lineup lends itself to varying different projects or project needs. Being able to stay within the same camera ecosystem and being familiar with the operating system and just really switching bodies between what we're working on is fantastic. And it made switching to Blackmagic an easy choice.
Once you've gotten into the whole Blackmagic ecosystem, you're able to take that efficiency even further with things like Blackmagic Raw, with things like being able to do color grading, graphics, audio, all in the same software. You're able to do things like collaborative projects, which lets a lot of different people work on the same thing at the same time. You can have one person doing color grading, another person doing graphics, another person doing audio, all kind of simultaneously, which can be a huge help for a team like ours that's making a whole bunch of content. That's kind of the end game of Resolve, is being able to have just a super streamlined workflow. You're gonna have to spend some time with it to get good at it, but luckily Blackmagic has some amazing documentation and training on their software.
There's so many great and intuitive ways that it allows you to work with the color and the footage, and it also provides you with a lot of control over exactly what you want to do. I especially love working with the nodes. It has made getting the color exactly right way easier.
Where Resolve shines the most is color grading. That's kind of where this software started. It used to just be a color grading platform, and I've been color correcting in this software for 7 years, and it's the industry standard.
The coloring in Resolve is incredible, and it's honestly just really fun to see what you can do in there. And I'm actually editing this on Resolve right now.
Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments below which Blackmagic cinema camera you own or which one you'd like to own in the future. Make sure to go to sweetwater.com for all your music, instrument, pro audio, and content creation needs.